everybody, welcome back to Burnin' Rubber Garage. Thanks for all the support on the previous video. I really love seeing that. The other thing I really love, my C10s. There's something about this style of truck that I think I could probably have about 40 or 50 and still want more. There are just so many cool ones out there. But that's not what I'm really here to talk about today. Today I wanted to kind of do just an exhaust comparison. I've never had so many different mufflers as I've had on my C10s. I mean, you look at the Nova, Flowmaster. Flowmaster on the Camaro. Flowmaster on the Fox body. That's a diesel, so it really doesn't really matter because it sounds totally different. This guy right here is the first Gibson muffler I've ever had, and it sounds pretty good. To me, Flowmaster is the bar. I know a lot of you guys out there will be like, well, Magnaflow's better, or you need a straight-through muffler. You know, like almost like a glass pack. Who's a good example of that? Roush makes some pretty straight-through stuff. I know Borla on the 11 is a pretty straight-through muffler. It's loud when you're on it, but quiet when you're cruising, so it's pretty impressive. Flowmasters tend to drone, but I really do like that Flowmaster sound. That's what I grew up thinking was cool. I mean, I'd hear them go up the street and I'm like, ooh, that's mean, you know? To me, it made it sound like the thing was just more powerful. You could have two of the same vehicles rolling up the street as a kid, but if one had an exhaust, that one's the one I would pick. So, I also grew up around the era of the Fox body, so to hear those ripping around, it was just cool. Flowmasters were the thing. So, anyways, we could talk about that all day, and maybe one day on a live stream we will. What I want to do is talk to you guys about this, kind of go over what it has, let you hear a cold start, and then get my decibel meter out, and we'll read it. So come here. Dive into that. I just want you guys to see. I got my little Polaris out there, little Honda 90 around the corner, and then our 97 Suburban. Look at that green. We got a nasty storm rolling in, may get some tornado weather, but that's not what you guys are here for to see, I guarantee it. We do have the Nova and the Camaro there. They're coming up. This right here, crate engine, Chevy 350, very, very solid motor. I believe it's like 330 horse, 380 pound-feet of torque, something like that with that carb that we got there. But we got Thorley headers, duals. I don't believe it has an H or an X or anything like that. We got duals running clear to the back. And then somewhere in there, there's some Gibson mufflers. I was told they were Flowmasters. They are not. They're Gibson mufflers. What I want to do, get you a cold start, kind of let it warm up, and then I'll get my decibel meter. So let me get you to the back there. All right, so here's the decibel meter I'll be using. It is a Radio Shack. Yes, some people out there have never heard of or seen a Radio Shack. They used to be popular. All you got to do is turn this on, put it in the range you think it's going to be in. And then I think I'd probably go to 90 and then just talk into it and see if it'll pick you up. So I'm 83 when I was hollering there. We'll get to that in just a sec. Let's do a cold start. Let you hear it. Again, Gibson mufflers, rectangle style tip. Let's do it. Let's fire her up. Hasn't been started in a while. Not too bad. I'm still able to talk to you. You can see this 105. We're about a foot away. If I go farther back, it's 104. Has a really nice deep tone. I'll give you a couple revs as well. Down on the ground it was at 110. Right here we're about a foot and a half away. We're at 102. Yeah, it's a little below 110. Sounds really good. She is a little rich. We're probably going to set off the smoke alarm here, so let's go check out the next truck. I got back just in time. We're just starting to get some rain falling. Anyways, what I want to do here, we're going to do this orange truck, the 68. I want to kind of talk about what we got here. They are a header, a shorty. They're not a long tube like the others. They're kind of a mid-length shorty header. I would probably throw them in as a shorty, but they could be a mid-length if you've got a Mustang, you know what I mean. So 5.3 tune, intake, no cats, Flowmaster mufflers. Let me show you the exhaust right here. So we got some Flowmasters. I believe they're a 40 series. I would be surprised if they were anything else. Just come straight back, dual 40s, out the side. Let me get you set up over there so you can hear a cold start. You will hear this prime, something you don't hear on the carbureted ones. There's no, so that'll, we'll do a sound reading on that too, because those of you guys that are switching to fuel injection, you may have to deal with something like that. So let's get you set up. So you are seeing a little bit of rain come in here, and then I don't know what was spilled over. A lot of this stain stuff was here before, but these are just a 2.5-inch pipe. Nothing too fancy. So let's go ahead and fire it up. Listen for that fuel pump. And warmed up, the idle's dropped a little bit. And there's that deep rumble. I think if we put some tips on this, some nice big 3 or 4 inch tips, we'd really see some deeper tones. But as of right here at idle, it's, well, let me show you. It's still got a rumble. Let me go back up there and give you a couple revs. I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to be a little bit biased. Hopefully I'm not holding you too close. I love that sound. There's not a bit, to me personally, and I know exhaust sounds, personal preference. To me personally, there's not a better sound than Flowmaster. That's me personally. You have other guys that'll swear to the same thing, run Magnaflow, Cherry Bomb. Haven't heard that about some of the littler ones. Pipes is a big one. They're making a name for themselves. Once you have the sound you like, it's going to be hard to sway you any other way. But this is for those that maybe haven't been around too many of these, just starting out and want an exhaust clip. So now let's do this one right here. So this right here, 350 long tube headers. I'm not sure of the brand on there. They're something you'd find on like a cheaper marketplace special, but there you can got a good shot of them. Long tubes. This is a unique setup in the fact that it doesn't run to the back of the vehicle. Let me see if I can get you off the tripod here and kind of show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so I'm under here. It's probably dirty, but you can see they come off the headers up there. Run back to here. Gosh, dang it. Run to the muffler, back a little bit, and then come up to these tips. Very good looking tip from the top, polished up. It's a little dirty, and spiders are trying to make a home and Spider-Man this thing to the ground. No name on the tips. I'm running a Magnaflow on this one. This has a Magnaflow exhaust. Let's go ahead and do a startup and check it. Hasn't been started in a couple days. Probably going to have to give it a couple cranks to the pedal, and then she should fire right up. This is the truck that sets off the smoke alarms for the house and the garage and the shop. So let me go get her started. truck is extremely loud. It does have a cam, that's why you hear that blah, 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 blah. Let's see what we got. That's 115, 117, 113, 112. It'll go down a little bit. So we're about a foot away right there. That is probably the loudest one I have. Let's go ahead, let it warm up for just a second, and then I'll give her a few reps for you. It sounds good. I really hope this camera does the audio justice. You can hear that truck, Frostbite, is a mean, sorry my shoes are like, a mean aggressive sounding truck. I have had, I think 3 appointments to put a Flowmaster on there. I just have not yet. I really just have not yet because I do like the sound of it. Going down the highway, it's a little loud. That could be fixed by having overdrive. I think that would really fix things, but I don't know. That's got a good sound. I remember one day I was working on something and I had the Suburban out there, the blue one that you guys heard first, idling away. And I was like, man, what is that? I could hear it over the car I was working on that was running. I could hear the blah, 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 blah. I was like, holy crap, that's got a really deep tone. All 3 of these have a deep tone. Like if you're in the house and you start it, it'll kind of let people know that something's running. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We've got the orange one, the Suburban, the white truck, Gibson was the first one, Flowmaster was the second, Magnaflow's on Frostbite. They'll probably all get Flowmasters eventually, but for the time being I'm really happy with what we've got going on. I like the sounds and stuff. So if you like this type of video, it's a little different. I'm trying to do things a little different than before, just always constantly fixing. I got bored of that. I'm sure you guys did too. I mean, I enjoy fixing stuff, but we'll get back into that. Like I said here, we've got some LMC parts, Summit Racing, and Kentucky Classic down in there. So with that, we cannot wait for the next video. Probably get started back on Frostbite. Those headlights are freaking sweet. I'll take you guys for a night ride. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment which one you think sounded the best, and we'll catch you on the next one.